Hey, this is Zach with Bad Fish. We're gonna show you guys how to put traction on your new foam board. First thing I like to do is tighten up the fins a little bit, just make sure they're nice and snug. You can use a quarter. And so all these are feeling good. One of the challenging things about setting traction on a foamy is really getting this back pad all the way back to the rear. So we're gonna open this up. You're gonna lay it out like this, and you're gonna wanna place that traction as far back as we possibly can to the leash plug. You're gonna be over both of these circles, and you're gonna need to cut and relieve the traction so that it fits nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and mark that. Take a pen or something, and we're just gonna look down and put some marks so that we kind of know where those plugs are. I'm gonna wait on the sides, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this back first. If you have a little saw or something like that, it really helps a lot. We're gonna come in and cut our shape. All right, so we custom fit our pad to fit the back of the board here. It's a little bit of a challenge, but you can pull it off. You just wanna use some sort of a saw and kind of cut around stuff, and scissors. And we're just kind of fitting this so that you can still access your fins in case you ever break a fin. So we've got the rear foot pad set in position, but not stuck down yet. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our front traction, which is a lot easier. If you want to be super careful, you can measure and get a center line down the center of your board, or you can just kind of eyeball it. It's certainly going to be okay with that. So I'm just kind of eyeballing off the center of the logo here. And we're going to pull our pads in, and we're going to do something like that right there. So the next process is going to be just prepping the surface to make sure we get good adhesion. The best thing you can do is use 90 proof alcohol and some paper towels. So we're gonna take a couple seconds here, and we're gonna remove our traction and put some alcohol on some paper towel here and get the board clean and prepped so that we get a good adhesion with our sticky. So you want to make sure you get the area that you're going to be sticking the pad. Wipe off any grease on the board. And flip over, use the dry side. Okay, that should be good for the back foot. All right, so we got the back foot area cleaned off, nice and ready to go. We're going to go ahead and get this front area. All right, so 90 proof, flip it over, use a little bit of the dry. All right, so now our board is clean from any oils or weirdness, and then we're gonna go ahead and refit our traction back to the area we want it. I like to go ahead and set the sides first, refit my centerpiece. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the way that's fitting, so I'm going to go ahead and leave those side pieces. We're going to peel this. Start back at the tail, make sure I'm not over my plug. Okay, that piece is set. Okay, that piece is set. Just kind of eyeballing and the spacing to make sure the spacing looks the best we can. Trying to match it the best we can. And so now that pad is done, so I'm going to apply some good pressure down on that. And then once we get the front pad stuck, we're going to go ahead and use some body weight on this to make sure that we get really good adhesion with all of our glue. So we're going to move up to this front pad now. Take the center piece, line it up on my logo, and right down the center of the board. Go ahead and kind of get our spacing there. Now we're going to use the side pieces to set the centerpiece. Sometimes if there is a graphic on the traction, they put an additional piece on the back here, so you want to make sure that you actually pull that too, and don't leave that. I'm going to line up the front right under the logo. Going to use my side pieces to line the rest of it up. And that's that. Pull this. Line up the front so it looks good and make the spacing nice and even. Okay, so now we have our traction stuck to the board. The next thing we're gonna do is find some carpet, and we're gonna walk on this thing and get it stuck nice and solid. So let's find some carpet. All right, so we cleaned the board. First we cut it to fit, cleaned the board, stuck the traction. Now the next thing I like to do is go ahead and just put a little body weight on it. So I will literally, I'd even do this on a hard board, but I'd make sure that there's nothing on the carpet that will harm the board. And we are just making sure that we get really good adhesion and that we don't let there be any air bubbles. So I'm going to move back to the back here. I like to put my foot right into the seam and really press down on that traction, and then also stand on top of the blocks and press down on those really hard. And you just want to make sure that you're getting a lot of weight and making sure we get good glue adhesion, especially on a foamy board. This sticks a little bit better to epoxy, so with the foamy, I want to make sure it was clean, prepped, and ready to go. Okay, that should about do it for standing on it. Everything seems like it's down pretty good. So what you want to do is you're going to want to wait 24 hours after you apply your traction for the glue to set, and then you should be good to go. All right, so we cut our traction to fit, dry fit it onto the board, prepped and cleaned the board with 90 proof alcohol so that we get any of the oils or anything from the factory or production of the board or off the board. Prep it so you have good adhesion. We stuck one piece at a time, stuck the center first using the sides as a guideline, and then we stuck the center here using the sides as a guideline, and then stuck the sides. Walked on it on the carpet to make sure that adhesion is really solid. We're going to throw a leash cord in here. You should be good to go.